fuck's sakes. Great God's war call.
He clapped.
Jacqueline Ashriver, at your service.
The ever so charming Ryder Hopkins.
Rex Ferris here.
Felix.
I am Ira.
Go, 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 go for.
And I'm your DM. Welcome back to Misrolled Adventures, where the players make plans and horribly execute them. For the first time, we actually went through that without any real issues. Look at that.
Fuck, we should have fucked up.
Look at that. Good job, everyone. Look at that. That was
Oh,
an
no,
excellently
wait,
planned
Gopher
plan.
ruined it.
It can't be called Misrolled Adventures anymore. You gotta rebrand. That's it.
Fucking just vanish. The entire chair is gone. In the last one, the party went and spoke to the Lordship of Tion, the leader of the, not the cult, the leader of the Church of Bahamut. And in the hysteric that he stood, oh my god, I should turn off sound alerts.
No.
You're right, he didn't do the uwu when I put uwu down.
Anyways, with them basically being labeled as wrongdoers by the cult, because just for their affiliation to Tiamat's curses, they were to be imprisoned on the only spot of land that prevents their curses from continuing. They would still have it, but the curses themselves are only in effect upon the land that Tiamat basically created.
I not touch.
And obviously not wishing for this, they used a freshly bought helmet to teleport away to safety back to El Terrell, where they then spoke to the factions there, the Emerald Enclave, the oh my god, I'm blanking on the name, the Harpers, and the
Order of the Gauntlet.
Order of the Gauntlet, thank you. And being reinstated, they effectively are making their plans to go resolve several of the issues, along with learn more about these curses. But they're waiting because they are currently under the effect of the curse and decided to wait in town for a number of days till they recovered, so that way they can go off safely rather than
And fight evil.
rather than going off severely handicapped. So, Ryder, Rex, and yeah, Jacqueline.
Well, Rex
potentially
isn't really like handicapped. He just can't shut up.
That's true. So Ryder, like always. So we're gonna come back to with some exposition. We spoke off stream about what the plan was for several people for these 5 days. They're going to be staying in town. Some are going to be studying books to learn languages, to learn more about the religion, and to
Took off.
learn more into the magical
For 5
sword
days.
training and the sort like
Yeah.
that. So those that have some more different approaches to certain things, others are doing some menial work. Gopher, for instance, is going to be helping with the construction on the outside of the city, on the dome itself, so that way they can create
Dome.
better fortifications, so that way they can outstretch further out, per Randall's advice before. Making a decent chunk of money over the course of those 5 days. Rex, your decision was to go to the Central Library and learn more about these sentient weapons, correct? Rex?
Yes.
Okay.
I heard Ryder.
Did I say Ryder?
No, you
You
said
said
you
Rex.
absolutely said Rex.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. But Rex, Making your way to the library that you had once before, you still see that central hub that is the cylindrical portion that Sarah is sitting in the center of, helping others stamp books as well as checking out certain tomes as well. And you can see her younger brother off to the side. Younger is not substantially younger, but still younger in their age.
I was just gonna make this simple. Just tell her I'm back and explain what I found and what I somewhat remember during that time.
So regaling her on what you remember and the events that took place. Sarah looks at you. I don't remember any of that either. Speaking out loud to her, the younger brother pitches in.
Cheese balls.
I don't remember that either. So the two of them seem to have no recollection of it. If you find anything else out, let us know, because the last thing that I remember was being put into the closet, or, well, the office, effectively, with all three of us, but I don't remember the explosion, the man. I don't remember any of that.
Wait, we were put in the closet?
Well, all three of us were put in the same room, and because we were being punished, and there was the yelling, the argument between her caretaker and the man,
Yes.
but I don't remember anything else after that.
Well, to that, what I found in that over there, when it led me to bring up that so far doesn't lead me into other clues. On this.
I'm glad that you made it back safe, though.
Yeah.
If there's any help that you need, then let us know. If we hear anything about, you said it was you regaled her about, like, the whole thing, right? Or did you keep any details?
I told her the whole thing.
Okay. I don't know about the commander or general from the Unicorn Army, but if we hear anything about it, I'll let you know.
Thanks. I don't have much memories about the Unicorn Army, do I?
Yeah. You grew up basically being trained by them. That was the last memory. The earliest memory that you had was walking away from the orphanage in the midst of a crowd, leaving behind Sarah, her brother, and those of the orphanage. You have vast knowledge on a lot of the way that you were trained was to travel to different cities and stay sort of out of the way. but it was also the general that had sent you with the others on the first task to go to Greenest in that caravan.
Okay. I'll be staying here for a while, and you know, after a few days, I'll be leaving soon. But the meantime, for now, sir, I'd like you to help me. Uh, do help me do some research on sentinel weapons.
Sentient weapons?
Ancient.
Sentient weapons?
Sentient
Okay.
weapons.
I know that there's a brief history around it, and she goes and grabs a number of books to bring out in front of you that speak about the history of several different sentient weapons, some of which are evil in nature, some of which were cursed objects and things along those lines. So it's going to take a while to read through all of this, probably several days, in fact.
Mm-hmm.
With that, we're going to switch over to Felix. So, your plan is to speak to Alexander, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
And then
Being fully
I don't know
decked
if
out
these
in
would
medium
all,
armor
this would
as
also
well.
fall within this 5-day time period.
Okay.
I did ask at the meeting if Vaughn would meet with me, or allow me to meet with him.
Because you wanted to speak with her.
Him
Correct.
and her,
Both of them. Okay.
both of them.
Yeah.
And then I asked to be present whenever they got in contact with Dragonspear's mistress. That's what she called herself, right?
Yes, the mistress. Or was the madam?
I don't remember. All I remember is Mavens and Neverwinter,
I'm pretty sure it was the.
I think it was the madam.
the madam.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll start with Alexander, just because that's something you would get feedback on like immediately.
Yeah.
Okay. So going up to the tower, you remember the long, tedious steps to climb all the way up there.
I just used the helmet.
Okay. Let me roll. Oh, you transported weirdly to the center
I stole
of.
a pen when I was there last time, so I have an object from there.
You stole a pen. That makes sense. That helps. Anyways,
I have been collecting rocks.
easily enough, you are allowed access, especially due to the others basically allowing you to enter in. And start climbing your way up to the Alexander's tower. The tower itself, once again, a numerous amount of steps, almost as if there's more steps inside than outside. And you pass straight through all the others that are doing research, testing out magic, and along those lines, learning themselves, to Alexander's office. Going up to the door, you can hear inside the moving of objects and glass structures itself. But the door swings open in front of you. Is there something you need?
Hello, Alexander. Yes, I would like to speak to you for a moment.
Very well. And he puts down, I say put, but telepathically there was objects sort of being shoved up against the corner of the room. He seems to be doing some refurbishing and movement in order to create an extra sort of elongated space in the center of his room.
I'll enter the room. I'll be brief and as quick as I can.
Thank
How up to date are you on everything? They mentioned what has transpired? The news that we brought?
Well, this would have been like very shortly after your conversation. We'll just say for the sake of it that yeah, he's been briefed. I have, and it's quite concerning.
Yes, so I wanted. How is the airship and potentially getting more going?
Well, the airship itself, we've been putting on several different enchantments to help aid it in its flight, its stability for the most part. Apart from that, creating more is quite taxing. The required materials stem from large encapsulated crystalline metals that are only portioned in areas that we haven't quite learned of. We would have to seek them out, and those aren't geographically labeled anywhere. I know of only one other place of, more so like a myth, but a crystalline palace that is comprised of a vast majority of metals and magical nature that we used for the airship. We don't know where that is, but that is our closest bet to finding more material.
Okay. So. Because I'm worried about how things are going to go. I feel like the way things are going is we're going to have to end up creating a second base on this new horizon.
That's what it may seem. I also fear that there might be civil war.
So,
Traveling.
information.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say any information about. You don't have any information on approximately where this resource of crystal could be.
No. The material itself, being magical in nature, is the best bet to finding it, but something as rare as this isn't necessarily easily found with the magics of scrying or things along those lines. The best bet would be a locate object or mineral of some sort,
Yeah.
but that
But I
still
mean-
only stems so far.
None of the stories you've heard have talked about the area around it at all.
No, just the palace and crystalline metal itself is of the sort that can be weightless, just as we've made the airship.
All right, that'll be definitely something to look out for.
If you see any crystals similar to that, then be sure to bring it and we can investigate. Maybe even glean some similarities if it's not the same.
Ugh. Have you by chance found anything that worked similarly to the crystal? A substitute?
I have. Speaking with the madam in weeks ago, involving, over the course of my contact with the madam, in Dragonspear, the floating gemstone that glows in a hue of red above their city is of similar quality, being weightless and able to withhold magical enchantment in such different way. It's comparable to what we used for the airship. Alternatively, the light pale blue gemstone crystalline metal that we used to fortify the dome within El Terrell is of the same material.
I'm gonna assume that we haven't used it because it takes more of it than the one you used for the airship.
It does. To fortify the domes and create its rejuvenative abilities, being able to mend itself from harm is a bit more taxing and requires more of it.
Well, for the time being, we may want to look into using those for the airship. Because even if they're built using different supplies, it would require more of those with this civil war looming and having to hold another land.
Correct.
I think the airships are going to have to become our main source of transportation.
To an extent. We are currently looking into the branching magic that the hags had used before. We've spoken with those of Waterdeep, and those sigils that they found. If we can fabricate similar copies of it, we may be able to instantaneously transport between the two spots.
Yes, but we'd still need to be able to get the sigil there first.
Correct. So,
And that's where I think the airships are going to start. They're going to be turning into a frontline reconnaissance force.
I understand. We will look into this. But as it currently stands, we don't have the materials in order to construct more.
We'll see what... I'm hoping they'll allow me to be present when updating Dragonspear. I will add trying to get resources for more ships to something I'll ask of them.
Understood. We've sent a message to the madam with no feedback yet, but it has only been a few hours.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you need?
Not really, but what do you think of how this land has been described to us?
Well, it seems quite uninhabitable. If it's frozen tundra, as it's been described, it's very difficult to even survive in such a place.
Would you know of any magical items that would help with resisting and surviving in the cold?
Oh, of course. There are plenty. There are small rocks that you can carry that would instill warmth across your body. A friend of mine was making them, but I've sort of lost contact with him over the years.
Ooh.
Why are you laughing?
You wouldn't get it.
I don't. Am I missing something?
Yes.
It's a
So
sort
aggressive.
of it's a sort of other other campaign joke. But there are plenty of ways that we can ensure warmth and comfort in frozen areas. Against the harsh climate in particular.
How long would it take you to procure some of these?
Not long.
5 days.
It takes approximately a day each to make. So it depends on how much you would need. By the way, there are 6 of you.
What? Are
They're
you
not
saying Bina
costly.
doesn't count as a person?
Are you saying that you're going to bring Bina?
Fuck no.
That's what I
Look,
thought.
Gova can stay warm by drinking. Gova can stay warm by drinking alcohol the whole
You're
time.
not actually warm, though. Your
That's
body
not
is
how it
still
works.
cold.
You just feel warm. You still
That's
die.
all you need. It's the mind game on
It's the
yourself.
power of the mind.
Yeah, and then actually when
think-
the warm feeling goes away, you're actually colder than you were before.
Isn't
you
it a
keep
thing
drinking.
where... Wasn't it a thing where if you suddenly felt warm after still being in the cold, that you were, like, that close to death?
Yes, that is also a thing.
Anyways.
Yeah. That's stage 1 of hypothermia. I feel warm all of a sudden. Well, you're gonna die. Bye.
I also can't feel my toes.
Oh,
Well,
they're gone by that point.
You already ate them.
Anyways. He basically says that they can get them done relatively easily without any cost, as the minor enchantment itself is very non-taxing and can be done very quickly.
Nice.
Might not have an everlasting effect that's permanent, but something to at least last a good chunk of time.
As long as it lasts while we're there.
Yeah. Basically, while carrying one of these stones for the next 30 days, you have resistance to the cold. And there's the vice versa. If it's incredibly hot, it can last 30 days for the cold. To keep you cold.
I'll take what we can get.
Well, he has now been commissioned to make 6 of these stones?
Yes.
6, okay. He'll get them done in about 6 days.
Unless we're not taking Ryder with.
About 5 days. Anyways. Anything else?
Not for me.
Okay.
Not unless those 2 things I mentioned in the meeting show up in the 5 days.
In the 5 days... No.
Okay.
Trying to think of... Okay. So you get a response back from Onthar. Onthar does approach you in the middle of wherever and pulls you aside to a very secluded area and explains to you. So the things aren't tense anymore. Well, for the most part, between all of you and him and Vaughn.
That's his tense.
But the situation with Quinn is a bit more troublesome. Right now she's hiding effectively in plain sight.
It's him. It's her. This guy. Right there. Who are you talking to right now is Quinn.
Quinn's replaced.
it was obvious. He was the red spy.
But to maintain that, Alexander has sort of... How do I put this? She doesn't think that she's who she is.
Oh.
Until we can find a suitable place to put her and her devices. She is currently, and he looks around, working as an enchantress. Just a small sort of busy work. And is effectively someone else entirely. It's temporary. It should wear off in... When was this made? This was done about 3 weeks ago. Once they returned. In about 2-3 weeks, she'll return to normal, and by that point we should have a new location carved out for her.
Okay. So, what of Vaughn?
Well, Vaughn is, he's willing to
Similar?
speak to you, but he's currently very busy. He can still see you, but not for a drastic amount of time. He's currently
Shouldn't be long.
looking for suitable locations for Quinn. So it's a bit more tense than not. I can inform him to speak to you at the Wolves' Den, because he's not going to showcase. He's being very cautious with this sort of area this time, considering what
That's
happened
fair.
to the last one. So he goes to go inform Vaughn, or rather, to have somebody inform Vaughn, because he actually doesn't know where he is himself. And if you're waiting at the Wolves' Den, he eventually goes in through the door, and you can see Vaughn is there. He walks in, fully clad in his armor as normal, and he looks at you. I was informed that you needed to speak to me.
Yes, I know you're busy, and I'll try to be as brief as possible.
Please do.
As you know, with the church, you are one of the few who I wanted to ask that you make sure and back my claims against the leadership.
Well, yeah. I'm not planning on siding with those that don't necessarily see and understand common sense. So, I understand that these are difficult times, but the fact of the matter is that we can't fight amongst ourselves. We kind of have to board together in order to resolve this. So, what's happened at Tian, you have my support.
And then I was going to ask you a favor.
What would that be?
I don't want to take Vina with us to where we're going.
All right.
I was hoping I'd be able to ask you this, and then she would stay with her one friend, but I'm not going to go into more detail because I understand.
He gives a nod. Believe it or not, her one friend has been asking for Bina before the current change. They are still seen as friends, so there's still that sort of connection. So Bina is still relatively close to her.
That's good.
She'll be safe with us. You have no worries there, and I feel a bit more safe with Bina being near her now.
I don't like where times are going, Vaughn.
Neither do I. But we don't exactly have a choice. Well, we have a choice. We could either fight or not, and then not fighting would not be ideal for anybody involved. I'm sorry for heading out so soon, but I need to continue.
It's no problem.
And he leaves. And I believe that is everything from the 5 days.
Yes.
Okay. Gopher, you earned from your construction work 400 gold pieces.
Whoa.
Over the course of the 5 days. Believe it or not, being an extremely large and helpful assembler of metals and carpentry work, it definitely helps with the outside fortifications.
Drunk.
Jacqueline, you spent your time and learned your religion, your proficiency in religion. Ryder, you spent the time learning Sylvan. It was a lot of like sitting down with somebody who can speak Sylvan, and that's sort of just embedding the knowledge into you, just sitting there constantly. He was pretty handsome.
Dang.
Bears a very
Can I get that
similar
number?
resemblance to that bard of college individual, that bard that you
right.
had spoke to initially. Very similar semblance, but not the same.
Turns out to be his nephew.
Or cousin. Who knows?
Oh.
Hot
Oh.
family.
Our
Shut down.
brother with a slightly
am I
different
right?
name.
Steve, actually. But, wearing your medium armor this entire time, Felix, you've also spent plenty of your time doing endurance trainings and doing your best to get comfortable in it, because it is definitely encumbersome and would have been a nightmare to use on the field without it, or without the capabilities of it. You've sort of gotten a little bit more built and a little bit more capable of wearing it, and gained your proficiency in medium armor.
Wow. One heck of a 5 days.
Well, he's also been attempting other ways of getting it before. But Ira, you spent your time in the sort of the more magical nature, learning and chanting in the towers, in Alexander's Tower. They were undergoing experiments with magic, and you sort of had been admitted in the attempt of spreading out as much of the arcane knowledge as possible. So you were able to learn enchanting.
Nice.
And enchanting weapons and armors and such, and the difficulties involved with that.
Which there are many of.
Oh, there are plenty of difficulties. And Rex, after your time reading all throughout the history of sentient weapons, I need you to just make an insight check quick. Insight or perception.
Turns out Zatan has been fooling him this whole time.
He's been Zalusk all along.
Yeah.
He was
loose.
replaced when he went to Waterdeep.
It was me. It was me the whole time.
Dio.
What'd you get?
I need a beeswax.
Can only see Calvin's nose poking up above the border.
23.
23. Okay. So reading throughout this and trying to learn more about sentient weapons, what were you in the hopes of gleaning?
Uh, if these were made, means there's some way to destroy them. Obviously, I don't probably.
Have you tried
Uh,
eating it?
is it possible to destroy the spirit within the blade?
Okay.
Or
So the sentient weapons, the sentience that comes to the weapon is of typically an other planar entity, celestial, abyssal, or something that is of extreme strength to be able to have a conscience beyond their former body, their sort of self. That goes to say that Zatan and the Seven Blades that the Emerald Enclave had, they are of 7 legendary swordsmen that were the first entities of the material plane to have been gifted this sort of boon, this sort of almost reincarnation aspect.
boon, you say?
Yes, it's as if the spirit of each swordsman gifts the presence of the specific blade and effectively morphs it to each of their respective personalities and ideals. However, the issue that you've learned is that all 7 of the legendary swordsmen that these were involved in were of lawful alignment and good natures. They fought together during calamitous actions and wars to defend people. So Zulusk, being one of these legendary swordsmen, had been corrupted at some point. Whether that is through magical means or not, or if his personality had changed, that is the only way that it would affect the spirit Zulusk itself. To destroy one, it doesn't necessarily talk about that because none of them have ever been destroyed. However, it delves into the history of other magical items that have spirits entrapped in them, of which one comes to mind immediately upon reading some of the notes and entities. There is an archfey that during the it spoke of the history of the spell plague, and there is an archfey entity that was ultimately the cause of the spell plague. Let me see, where is it? I need to find that because it is very important that I get this right. I should have had this prepared beforehand, but I sure didn't, because I'm an idiot.
What else is new?
You learn nothing now.
Uh,
Gopher got 400 gold pieces, correct?
400, yes.
Oofer.
Where the hell is this?
Mm-mm.
To be honest, I wasn't actually expecting to, Okay, here we go. Here we go. Ismidius is the archfey of thunder and lightning. It spoke of his desire to destroy the thread between the Feywild and the material plane, and to cut it to ribbons. In order to do this, he had constructed a blade and implanted his own magic into it to debilitate Mistra. However, in doing so, Titania and Oberon of the Fey Court saw this and split both what was called the Spell Plagues Incarnate and Ismidius, trapping Ismidius away from his own creation, severing his magic from it. Encapsulated in almost a glass-like blade with a blue bolt of lightning, he was severed from the Feywild and effectively banished from it.
By the description of the blade you just gave me, is it similar to Gopher's blade?
It is almost identical.
Lay gasp.
And the creator of it, was there a picture of his description?
Of Ismidius, Titania, or
Yes.
Oberon?
All three, I'll say.
There weren't pictures of Titania and Oberon because this is more so on the history of sentient weapons, and it showcases imagery of just the sentient sort of, I guess, representations, because none of the individuals that wrote this know of the original forms of them. There wasn't documentation of the 7 legendary swordsmen that depicted them, apart from just minor descriptions. Also, they were cat people, apparently. But of Ismidius as the one to cause the first spell plague by slaying Mithra or Mistra, there is a very large depiction of an individual that is glowing with energy, pure white translucent eyes that stem out and elongate beyond the reaches of his eyes, and of large muscular physique.
Now, where have we seen that before? What do you think, Watson?
And that's what you've learned. That's why I might have
One of
had
us
you.
is Watson.
But that's what you learned. And that's it for the 5 days that you guys had spent.
Methinks I know why Gopher was no longer attuned to his sword after the Grand Maven was like, "Hey, you guys are no longer cursed, by the way."
Oh, yeah.
Methinks I've I understand now.
Well,
I
You
mean, was
think
it
it's too
really
late.
any secret that he was cursed?
Uh,
no.
Right.
I mean, we knew the blade was bad news.
I didn't think the blade was bad news. It fucking won battles.
It still can win battles.
Yeah.
You didn't think the
It
sword
can
that
also
suddenly started
slay Mistra,
talking.
apparently.
This
you
did
didn't think
not
the
slay
sword
Mistra.
that suddenly just out of nowhere started talking was. There's nothing sus about that.
Zatan talks. What do you mean?
He's got a point. He's got an
Zatan
immediate point.
came out talking though. He didn't hide it. Just suddenly started speaking.
Sorry, I'm petting
Maybe
my
he
cat,
had
I don't
nothing
care.
to say.
Anyways, the 5 days are up, and the curses that were inflicting Ryder, Rex, and Jacqueline, you immediately feel that flow resolve, and your entire personalities, physique, and capabilities are returned to you.
Cool, I can beat the shit out of Ryder without taking damage myself. Nice.
Everybody
I-
line up. Punches cost 1 gold.
Again. Interesting. I gotta make sure I make notes of what's happening. Okay. So, what is it? So basically, you all come to and effectively can, like, knowing that you waited a prolonged amount of time, probably set up a meeting spot in, we'll just say the Wolves' Den. Unless you guys had somewhere else that you were going to show up at.
I mean, I assume we just all were staying like pretty much the same place except for Rex.
That's
Hold
true.
on.
Yes?
So, would the curses like lift when we woke up one day, or would they just kind of go away in the middle of the day? Personally,
Considering that they went off, they like, it was after you, what time was it at that point? It would go off, you would immediately feel it fall off after, sort of midday.
okay. I would like to paint this picture for everyone then. Rex is just walking around, speaking his mind, looking at everything, and all of a sudden he just stops talking. Man, that good.
We're free.
Hi, bud.
Oh, the sky's really blue today. Oh, I like the look of that. You know, I find that funny for some reason.
The boy.
I feel like it's just from how
He's
how
comfy.
sporadically these curses come on. It's just
Yes. Yes.
they just
Good.
abruptly end at random.
Also, I was gonna say like with Felix learning how to use medium armor, I'm just imagining him like doing a laps around El Terrell, just just like running.
That could have been part of it.
His
Just
time is
running with the
improving.
recruits,
Yeah.
just helping Vaughn and them train him,
Yeah.
give him motivation. That spellcaster's running faster than you. Get to work.
Or
He's wearing literally half his weight in armor. Move!
What are you doing, recruit?
Felix is just like Goku, where he's just wearing the weighted training clothes, just takes it off, just
100 kilos. Oh.
That kind of lost meaning
after a while. That's so cute. Anyways, so after the 5 days, time passed. Curse is lifted. With the knowledge that is currently bared, by the way, Rex, would you? This is something that you would have just learned probably in like the late nights of finishing up your books. So at this point, it is your reins of what you guys do.
Is it raining?
Yep.
Okay.
It is
Just wanted
officially
to know.
raining now, but you can't tell because
Cool.
you're inside a dome. So.
Dome home.
Right. Gotcha.
No, they recently introduced a feature that replicates the weather outside.
The weather outside. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So when it snows.
We're in the middle of the desert.
No,
We're
you're
in a fully
not.
contained dome. There's no way for moisture to get out, so the dome just floods whenever it rains inside.
There's
There's
a
sewage
sewage
systems. There's a sewage
It's
system.
just magical rain.
It's just gonna be
Just passes
really.
through everything.
Humidity's gonna be real high for a long time.
This is holographic rain.
I like the
Ooh, my
idea that
favorite.
there's just like small holes so that way the sun can just come down and just like heat it up for like a little bit. Be like, all right, you're good now. It's like glass in some parts.
There's just like a sky, like in a car, there's just a skylight that you can just open.
Yeah.
A little flap, just whoop.
Oh, hey, there's a rainbow over the city.
What are you guys doing?
Well, making a skylight in the city, obviously.
That's the
It's
first
needed
order of
now.
business.
That's how we're gonna
take
get
the
religious
dome.
followers.
Also, Tyler, didn't you say from last session there was information coming from back Neverwinter about Skaloosk?
Once there was information that came back from Neverwinter. One of the other Emerald Enclave members, they spoke about how they stopped some cultists, and those cultists were then forced to speak about basically commands from a sword.
And
it was determined that it was Zalusk.
Yeah. And they say it was like close to the like in the high forest.
Yep, around in that sort of northern portion of the continent. That's where they spoke to him. Well, that's where they stopped the cultists, and it was undetermined how long it had been for that point, but sorry, I got distracted because my programs like all went out of window. It wasn't able to be determined how long it had been since they gotten these commands from a sword, but it was beyond Neverwinter, so in that sort of upper mountain area near that lake and the high forest sort of areas. So yeah, over in this general areas.
Okay.
In the northern portion of Faerun.
So Gopher,
Oh.
I found a bit about your sword, I think.
What?
Throw it away.
What did you find
It's
out?
evil.
Evil.
Evil!
Why did we all do that?
Will you stop saying that?
Let Calvin
Will you
talk.
stop saying that around him?
And have a much more about understanding of the madam or the mistress.
Oh.
Why she called it you're on curse from that sword. So basically I'm gonna explain the lore to him.
Okay. So, Gopher, you have all the knowledge that I spoke of to Rex.
Were you
Nice, okay.
listening during that? Okay.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
It's an important question to ask.
yeah.
I didn't wait for him to be like, what was it again?
Can you explain it again one more time?
Yeah, I was gonna.
Oh, but
But besides that, it's possibly your sword probably be a key of helping me defeat Zalusk.
So,
But for that time being, for now, we should discuss with everybody else what their plan is going to be.
okay.
And we'll meet up with the rest of you guys where you guys are at right now.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, you guys meet up wherever you guys do after the set amount of time. So,
Where do we meet up, though?
Wolf's Den.
Where?
Cool. Wonderful.
You just
All
meet
right.
up there.
Good talk, everybody.
good talk, good talk.
Wonderful. And
So,
Wolf's Den.
Yes.
Wolf's done though.
Wonderful.
What's next?
Well, we're going to head north, try to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, and then start killing more birds with stones.
We're going to be killing many birds with many stones.
A lot of birds.
A lot of stones.
Poor birds.
Stones?
Just go, poor stones.
What time of day is it?
It is midday, so we'll say like 2 o'clock. Little afternoon.
Ooh. That's a good time.
It's a good time to
Don't
kill
ask me
birds
why
with
it's a good
stones.
time.
Kill
It's a
dragons
good
with
time.
stones.
It's a good time to go hunting for birds with these many stones that I have.
Over my 5 days, I gathered a nice assortment of stones
Yeah.
with the explicit purpose of killing birds.
I like the idea.
Why?
I just think it's funny.
Oh, Die!
Ira doesn't like birds. They were the one thing that was alive on the island, and they were all seagulls and
They're all
little
assholes.
assholes.
They're all dead. I killed them all.
But then they came back every year.
Damn them.
Woke up every morning like, why do you poop on me?
This isn't snow, this is shit.
It's not a tundra.
Oh, gross.
Oh my god. Weirdly enough, this this island to the north you speak of is covered by a weird moving fog. I don't know what it is.
It's just seagulls.
It's just
Just
a
seagull
load of
shit.
seagulls.
Once a year, all the seagulls in the world migrate there for
To
breeding
cover
season.
the land.
For 1,000 years I lay dormant.
Oh
Who
my
has
god.
disturbed?
What are you doing?
Uh,
Do we
killing
get
birds
any
with stones.
information about Gopher's sword, or is it being kept between those two?
I don't know why.
Between us only.
I don't know why I thought you were gonna say, "Do we get any information about seagulls?"
But would you tell me, oh whoa?
Oh boy.
Sure, I'll tell you.
Oh whoa whoa?
And then Ira spreads it to everyone.
No, that's
Okay.
information that I need. Kill the god.
Well, there
did
you
he?
go.
I cannot say you said.
Ooh.
Son of a. Here, I was gonna recommend getting him a second sword, so we don't have to worry about him. Only use it when necessary.
Who? Gopher?
Yes.
Anyways, I'll tell you guys all the lore, what I found, and the reason why I'm researching sentinels.
Sentient.
It's a hard word.
It isn't
Mm-hmm.
actually, but it's even easier if you say sentient.
Talking sword.
Sure.
Anyways,
A
Calvin.
construct. You could say cursed as well.
So there you go. That's what I found about Gopher's blade.
Gopher.
Blade.
Mm-hmm.
Potentially, I could be wrong.
Gopher. Blade.
Can't you tell
lightning,
with Zatan?
Die.
Doesn't Zatan tell you if the sword is the one it's looking for?
Zatan speaks out.
Yes.
I can sense those of my brothers and siblings. I can sense the sentient energies that are similar to my own. So only those of the seven swordsmen, that's who I can see once they are brazened within zone. Once they are brazened close enough to me, that's when I can see.
Raisins?
Yes, once they are raisined.
This is what Zalusk wanted all along. He just wanted to make a grape farm so he could make raisins, and make a living as a merchant.
Oh
It'll
shit,
make
that's the cult's plan all
sense.
along. Tiamat's a
God
crafty
damn.
businesswoman.
And no one likes raisins, so he's evil.
Evil.
Yeah.
Duh.
But
That makes sense now.
Because of raisins. Raisins is my intel guy.
Zatan at that point silences afterwards, after pitching in his 2 cents.
Hmm.
Alright. then.
So,
What should we do for go for swords then?
do we want?
Keep it. Let him use
Do
it.
we?
To be honest, I want him to use it so you can help me dealing with Scalus.
Ultimate power.
Well, there are
But-
scenarios where it's not very helpful, but there's a huge bunch of times in between those scenarios that he doesn't need to be using it.
At this point, another voice pitches in.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh no. And we're cursed again.
I disagree.
Oh,
Oh.
who's that?
I'm
Securus?
Can we tell it's a sword?
Oh, you can definitely tell because when he speaks, you can
Mm.
see the blue lightning on the hilt or through the blade itself is actually thriving and moving.
I thought the bartender finally spoke for the first time in this campaign.
Nope.
No, he's not allowed to speak.
Just walked up. I disagree.
Without my aid, you all would not be alive to this day.
Not wrong.
There is no need for
Doesn't mean
insight
we
there.
trust him.
Well,
You don't need to trust me, only trust in my strength.
Deal.
You see, those aren't
Don't make it
mutually.
no.
Those aren't exclusive each other.
I like Gopher. Deal, Ira. Well, no.
well, you
Ira wants the
see,
swords power, but Ira doesn't want to lose Gopher. The ultimate plot twist. Gopher just doesn't care. Sweet, I got a strong powerful sword.
Sweet deal.
yes,
We're all worried.
Well-
We don't want Gopher to lose.
to be fair, like Gopher has basically been trusting in the sword's strength this whole time. It's like, do it.
But he hasn't cared about the personality behind the sword. Is the problem. That's the thing. That's where we all are right now.
Then is it true the power you possess then?
He's typing. I think.
Sorry, I missed it. What?
Oh, I thought you were just contemplating your cat again.
No.
So is it true the power you possess that what I learned
Ponder the cat.
from what I gathered?
I've been listening in to the entire conversation, and yes, I am Ismidius, Archfey of Thunder and Lightning.
Dun, dun, dun!
So you're a god slayer.
Gopher had God.
That is correct. So then, my goal, or rather, what I did, aligns with what you're seeking, Ira.
Indeed.
What exactly would that be?
Well, in case it isn't so obviously pointed out by our sword here, I desire to kill a god and replace them.
As many times that you said before.
I want to pause for a moment.
Mhm.
I can't recall when you brought the religion stuff up to Felix. Did you mention the killing part? I can't remember.
No, I just mentioned. I just mentioned. Make a little religion, become a god. That's about it.
Yeah, that's all she really said.
You mentioned replacing the Raven Queen. I don't think you mentioned killing her though.
No.
No. All right. To be fair, Felix would be very surprised with the outcome anyway with the Raven Queen. From what I understand in this world, she's not a very favorable god. For the people.
Come now, are
I
you
think
all
you would
not
like her-
blind? Many of the gods are not favorable to this world.
I'm assuming
Jacqueline, you okay with it?
The two people worshipping religious lawful good gods. Hmm.
Anyways, Ryder, or Rex, you were gonna say something?
is your goal get rid of the same god as Ira or a different one?
Any that are destructive to the future of mankind.
Why? Why do you give a fuck about mankind? You're not even human. Or human adjacent.
You can make an inside check if you want.
Oh, I'm definitely making one.
I just like how Felix hops in. Oh, I'm doing one. Just give me a second to find my dice.
I was waiting. I was literally gonna at the end go, okay, I'm inside checking all of him.
All of
Even
him.
a sword.
Are you? What even are you?
God.
I've
He's
never
a
seen you
god.
before in my life.
I will say, because he isn't physically there, you do have disadvantage on the insight check because you're not able to look for like physical sort of interactions or cues in their body language. It's specifically trying to glean stuff from just his voice.
With disadvantage, that's a 19.
Dang.
I got
Oh
I
my
got a big
God.
bonus.
Yeah, it's good.
Wow.
Felix?
I'm rolling.
It's 2 dice.
I'm rolling. I'm doing the math.
He has to analyze the number each time. Don't worry about it.
What?
Separately.
I was rolling.
Oh, I thought I was hearing somebody holding the dice and rolling, but
I didn't. But I got a 15.
15. Okay. Hold on, let me look at.
Well, he got a natural 20. Too bad for you.
Uh, so Felix, when you're listening to his words, they're definitely corrupt in the initial thought process, but he does seem to have genuine concern over the destruction of mankind and being honest with his words and true to who he is. Ira, you gather all that, but also that there is a level of serious self-interest beyond any other goal of his. Everything is within his own self-interest.
His fetish is killing gods, I see.
Nice.
Fantastic. I like it. I
Very
like
good,
it.
very useful, very helpful.
We can be friends.
We can be.
Good homies.
Well,
Good homies.
we have a lot to discuss then.
Don't tell me you're gonna fuck a sword.
What's wrong with that?
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
Gopher?
What do you do behind closed doors? I want to know. Tell me.
Yeah, what do I do
don't.
behind the
Where's that-
camera?
Where is that sword bin? I need to know.
Why does it smell?
What is this stench wafting off of it?
Alright, so back to what do?
He
What
thinking.
do? What
That's
do?
that's the face of a man who's deep in thought.
I was debating. I was like playing out scenarios in my head for a second there, and I was just like,
Of Gopher fucking a sword?
no, God, no. Come on, man.
Mhm.
I was trying to think of how this would play out, and I think it's what would happen.
That's a man in thought.
If our goals align, Ira, then I wish to work with you. And Gopher, you can feel Wildheart unattuned from you.
Ah!
Us's physical pain. Just like, no. You were so cool, though.
Wildheart's a great sword, correct?
No, Wildheart is a longsword.
Oh.
Oh.
Ooh.
Gopher, you also immediately feel a rush of clarity returning to you.
Whoa.
So
I'm
yeah,
I
you're
can
you're
see
back to normal.
clearly now,
He's
the
sober.
curse is gone.
yeah.
Okay, just so you're aware.
Oh yeah, I feel good now.
Time for a drink.
Time for a drink. Alchemy jug, make me some alcohol.
The
It
alchemy
fills up
jug
to the
with
brim with what
pure,
kind of
straight
alcohol?
I was gonna say,
Uh,
the alchemy jug then speaks out, yes, master.
Make me some vodka.
Okay, it fills up about halfway with vodka.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
So you have, how much does the alchemy jug hold again?
It
I got the charts right here. Hold on.
I have this ready. I've been waiting for this moment.
It's a lot
Oh,
of vodka.
Yeah.
essentially we're set.
Where's my
I don't
DM's
have the
guide?
card for the alchemy jug.
Oh, there's my Dungeon Master's guide. No, that's fine. I just wanted to know how much it actually straight up holds. Continue.
Oh.
I'm just gonna look at how much it holds.
5 gallons.
I think it's a gallon jug.
Oh, just
So
one.
Ira,
Yeah,
Gallons would be
it'll
a
hold a
lot.
gallon, so you have half a
Mm.
gallon of vodka.
That's a
Giving-
lot.
Space.
giving Gopher's
I told you we were set.
Let
action.
Yep.
Are you going to accept?
I don't know. I got some thinking to do very quickly here. With
If
my
you
other friend
wish
that talks to me.
Oh my god. He's gonna have
happened?
the sword in one hand, the skull in the other hand.
This call is turning into a conference call, oh yes.
I must have a conversation. What do you think?
Jake, it's
Kill
like in
them.
Ben 10.
What do you think?
Alien
Kill
X.
them.
Oh,
So yeah, I'll rest my fingers upon the
It is.
skull. Would it be a mistake to ask this thing for help?
it just bites your finger.
How do you do the italicized
Star on either side.
star? Okay. I'm gonna need to separate the two if you do, because if they both speak to you, I need to separate which one is speaking to you.
No.
Oh god.
What have you accepted?
Ira now, like at some point, just wakes up one night. Shut up! Get out of my head!
She just throws a sword and a skull out of her room. Just angrily yells at him. I'm trying to sleep. Slams the door shut.
Mom and
get
Dad are
it, you're
fighting again.
I'm not on talking terms with those two right now.
They're arguing between each other on you. That's when you start going crazy.
They start levitating, like actually like look like they're moving.
Oh,
I think the sword might win in that scenario against the
Nah.
floating skull.
Okay.
Ira just like starts having the 1,000-yard stare. It's like,
Oh boy. For the sake of this going forward, because of the ring that I wear that I can telepathically speak to Ryder with, could I
God.
allow Ryder into this so he can keep tabs on if I start going insane?
Emotional state wise, yes, but physically he cannot hear when you talk to them.
Hmm.
Otherwise, he would have
Hmm.
been able to hear everything that we've spoken about from this point.
Okay.
Well,
So daily
isn't the
then.
telepathy part of it an optional thing though? Like he can.
It's telepathy between the two of them because it's telepathy. It's the connection is specifically only for Ryder and Ira. It is a telepathic connection between those two. The other ones are direct telepathic connections to Ira, which would Ira could then tell Ryder what's being said, but Ryder wouldn't inherently hear it.
Hold on, I'm getting another call.
Well, then I could just.
What do you
lie
want,
to
right?
him.
I'm busy.
What?
Okay. So in case of shenanigans via Wild Heart and/or Skull, maybe I should have to tell everybody daily, like just where I'm at, just so because I could probably lie to Ryder, which wouldn't help anything.
Oh, wow.
So if I tell everybody has a chance to call my bullshit.
That is solely up to
no,
you.
That's already bullshit.
You want to invest in a magical item that gives you telepathy between multiple of us?
I could probably make it.
Do we want to start working on it?
Oh, maybe later.
I'm again imagining something hilarious in my own head where like in Ira's mind she's talking to the skull and the sword, and then she gets like the ringing from Ryder's like physically in her like outside. She just turns around to Ryder's like, I can't take your call right now. I'm busy.
Where do you stand on this, Gopher?
Everywhere.
What?
He said where. I took his question literally. I said, "Where do you stand in this?" And I said, "Everywhere."
He's he may have already finished half of the gallon of or the half gallon of vodka.
Go for where do you stand on this one? Sorry, I gotta sit down.
Sorry, no more standing. I gotta sit.
My legs are tired. Thanks for your support.
Yeah.
I'll do it. I need the information. I'll do it.
All right. How many things are you attuned to? Because you have to attune to this.
Too many.
Do you have another sword that you attune to? Because you could give that one to Gopher. Because Gopher right now has no weapon.
Hey, Gopher, do you want this sword? Oh, whoa.
Wasn't it a short sword though?
No, it's a long sword.
Oh.
Hey, buddy, you want to trade long swords?
Man. Yeah, let's do it.
I think that thing does more damage anyway, but has less benefits.
Significantly less benefits.
Really?
That's okay.
Well, is it a +2 weapon?
'Tis +1, but can smite.
Very nice.
Yeah. It basically, when you hit is it a free action or a bonus action?
I think it's a free action.
I think it's a free
Pretty sure
action.
it's the same as Divine Smite.
Yeah, as a free action, you can instill poison throughout the blade when you hit, and the creature takes 2d8 poison damage.
I mean, yeah.
And you can use it 3 times per dawn. So.
Would you like a +2 weapon?
Wait, did you say?
I was just trying to give him our weapon.
What?
Well, no, we still have
2d8s or
demon
1d8?
ingot.
2d8.
Resets every dawn. Cool.
Mason, correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't the creature also make a Constitution saving throw DC 15 to take half damage on the poison?
I believe so.
Yes, what I'm looking at. Okay, so yeah, they make a Constitution saving throw and then take half damage on a save of the poison. Here, I'll just send that to you so that way. Anyways, continue on.
Well, I'm gonna pull out the infernal ingot We can go make you a sword, Gopher.
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah, we can do that. That's very true. We have
Just
money.
absolutely fucking drunk. Ooh.
Oh.
We have some money.
Felix just says we can make you a weapon with this, and Gopher's like, oh sweet, just takes the ingot and is like, I'll use this.
A bit.
It's a makeshift club.
Yeah, just whoop.
Oh god.
I'm gonna wait a second for Tyler to come back.
All the power belongs to me.
Oh well.
Yes. I just need one more artifact to complete the selection.
All right, I'm back. I just sent you all the details of that gopher. So you do have to attune to it. It's a +1 weapon. Expend a charge to instill poison damage, and recharges all 3 charges at dawn.
Woohoo.
Good.
I'll pin that to this too because I feel like we'll forget.
Nah.
Yeah.
There, it's pinned now.
If I
Anyway,
know
so-
anything about both of your memories are impeccable.
What? I already forgot what we were doing. So you're
Exactly.
going to go, and your plan is to go and use the ingot, correct? To forge.
Gopher wants it.
Well, I mean, it's up to Gopher.
Let's do it.
You remember what it does, Gopher? I'm gonna take that as a no.
No.
So
I
let me
forget.
also state you are not proficient in dual wielding longswords. You would not be able to. So it's either you would have this weapon that is a. You're talking about the ingot that will make the 9 lives stealer. The 9
Yeah.
lives ingot. It's a +2 weapon that when you critically hit a creature, you roll another d20, and if you get a natural 20 on that, the creature instantly dies. It can only be
Holy, what the
used.
hell?
It can only be used. Or what? What does
I
it do?
actually opened it because I was I wanted to check.
I might be getting it wrong. I might be looking at something else.
So the 9 lives stealer, it can be any sword. So he could get him a great sword if he wants. It's a +2 to attack and damage rolls. Sword has 1d8 +1 charges. If you score a critical hit against a creature that has fewer than 100 hit points, it must succeed on a DC 15 Constitution saving throw or being slain instantaneous.
Hmm.
And it loses 1 charge if the creature dies in this way.
Very strong.
But it doesn't ever regain any charges, so that property is only temporary.
And you also don't choose when the effect goes off. So
Yeah.
theoretically, if you were attacking people and you scored a critical hit and they fail, it could still burn the charge anyways if they die from it.
Damn.
Could just use that sword for big threats and then use the long sword
Yeah.
for everything else.
Yeah.
True.
You have your boss killer weapon and then the everything else killer weapon.
Yeah, well, they would
Literally.
both require
Yeah.
attunement.
So yeah, you would have to choose pretty much on like the moment or on the scene beforehand which one you're going to use.
Or
Okay.
you'd have to give up.
Something else.
Give it up.
I don't.
Give it
I
up.
can't remember what else he has. He has the boots and something else.
Well, the boots and 2 swords
or-
here in a second.
I have the
Or
Mariner's
does he have
armor.
anything?
He's got
else? He
Mariner's
might have
armor.
That's it.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
So you'll only be able to
Nothing
be
helps
attuned to
with
one of
mine.
them anyways. So
Cool. All right.
or you can save the ingot, make it into something else if you so choose.
Yeah. We'll.
No.
All right. At this point, we'll just save it. I guess then.
You want to
Yeah.
just take the long sword?
Yeah. Yeah. We'll just take the long sword and save the ingot.
Well, I mean, if you don't want, I honestly think we should just sell the ingot at this point.
That's an option too. I mean,
I'm down for anything.
Day 3 of
Okay.
shopping.
Oh no.
If we're doing anything, we're making the sword or we're selling the ingot, and that's it.
season shopping.
I also thought
And then we
that
buy
the-
another teleportation helmet.
Or wait. Does Ryder have a
Ooh.
What?
do you want a +2 rapier, Ryder?
Oh, I'm sure.
Think about it.
Or wait, does your
I mean,
current one
actually-
require attunement?
No, you're right, Tyler. I'm good.
I was about to say, wait a second, does this current one require attunement? Then I went,
It
no,
does
it
not,
probably
but
doesn't. Yeah, you don't want the sword. It
not
requires
yet.
attunement.
Don't worry about it. I'm good.
Because I don't think if this sword's gonna be, if we're not gonna make it now, I don't think we're ever gonna make it.
Maybe we'll make it later. Maybe we should keep it, right, Tyler?
I mean, you could make it into other things. You don't necessarily have to make it into a weapon. It could be made into an armor with different properties than
We've
normal.
been over the armor. No one wears all that armor.
Okay.
That's heavy armor, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be heavy armor.
yeah. None of us wear heavy armor.
Yeah, you're very true. Could make it
So-
into a headpiece or something.
Wait, that
Can
was
we
an
make it
option.
into- Oh.
No, a piece of jewelry wouldn't have
Yeah,
any
I was
effect or
another
anything unless
ring.
you enchant it.
Another ring.
Yeah, another ring that reads your thoughts. Yeah, okay.
A three-way conversation.
Oh my god.
Could we make a set of telepathic rings with it?
Make one for everyone. So is that a no?
Why
are you
thinking about this for so long?
If you turned it into a set of 9 rings, I would allow it.
Let's do it.
Wait, what would it be though?
Able to
It would
be
be the 9
telepathic.
lives rings.
It would
Oh.
be it'd be telepathic rings between 9 lives.
That I'd be down.
I wouldn't
We're
mind that
doing
either, guys. Yeah, let's do it.
They would not
Woo!
require attunement or anything, so
We're
How big of a range would we get?
so pretty wide.
9 miles.
Anywhere across the multiverse.
everything's just not.
No, not that far. But
Anywhere across the
least-
plane?
at least
Everything's
1
just-
mile. 1 mile range.
9 miles. Okay.
How much feet is that?
9 miles. Ooh. 9 miles. It's been
9
decided.
miles
What?
across
Wait,
9
wait,
planes.
Tyler.
9
Yes.
miles.
999.
No.
Oh
no,
my god.
no,
Oh,
no.
999
It would-
feet.
Oh.
Oh, 999 feet? That's way less than 1 mile. Sure, we'll do that.
Yeah, that is.
We're
That
not
really
taking Ryder.
is.
It's actually 9 feet now.
Aw.
Ah,
Damn it,
shit.
Ryder.
From
No.
like right next to each other. I'm speaking to you.
All right.
See, here's the thing, though. You know how the other ring that they have? We have in 9 miles, you can tell their location and stuff, right? In 999 feet, you can tell their emotions and all that stuff. In 9 feet, you can tell what they're thinking. There you
Oh,
go.
God.
Jake,
Fuck
no.
that. Fuck that. It was already complicated enough with the other ring between the 2 people. I'm not dealing with this for everyone. But I like the 9 miles idea of it. So you can you have telepathic speech between 9 creatures within 9 miles.
Perfect. I like it.
Okay.
So
That's
I
awesome.
guess then, do we want to keep those other rings or do we want to just sell them?
I mean, we still get the +1 with it though, Lynn.
If we're within like 15 feet of each other.
Yeah.
So we get to talk to strangers?
I mean, if we kept the 3 extra rings, if someone's on our team, we'd be like, here.
Well, one to Bina.
Yeah.
So you'd have 2 extra
No.
ones.
The one on
we
Walmart.
don't need one for Beta. We're good. We're good. No,
What if someone's wearing 2 of them?
you can read your own mind.
To themselves
Ew.
twice. They don't get any extra reading of thoughts. It's just an echo now.
It's like a slight delay because they're a couple feet. Oh, they're like a foot difference if their arms are like this. So there's just like you hear it, and then there's just a few milliseconds behind it.
You just
God.
get Discord feedback.
Oh God, that'd be torturous. You could use that as a torture device. Just put them on one
Yeah.
dude and trap them.
Gets
Put, like,
louder every time
all
it
of them.
echoes.
Yeah, put.
Here's all our voices, and then his just does Discord feedback.
It's just freaking out. I might do
His
psychic
head-
damage if that was the case.
Ooh. We may now keep a few of these.
I was kidding.
We've gone slightly off track.
A little bit.
Nah,
All right. Anyways,
Again.
If that's your goal to do, forging them is not expensive because they're just being melted down into rings.
But do we do it at the Chit Chat Chet Shed? Is the
course.
question. Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Oh man, a lot's happening today. Okay. Bringing it into the Chit Chat Chet Shed,
Uh-oh.
you see all three of the brothers for the first time at the same time.
Are they standing in line of like beard length?
Yeah, kinda. They're all against the wall that is with the door that goes into the back area. But you can also hear the sound of still like sort of metal work in the back while all three of them are still up front. Well, hey there. It's been a while. The three of them kind of look awkwardly at each other and look back at you. Is there something that you need?
Just like slam the ingot. Rings.
What the hell is that?
Metal?
All right, I'm not really in a mood to ask questions. You wanted rings? Just melt them down into rings.
Yes.
I mean, what do? Oh,
Okay. I'll just 50 gold.
Done.
Shut up and take my money.
You kidding? These guys are pretty much our go-to. I'm gonna try to cheap them out.
no, that's true.
All right, they go into the back, melt them down into 9 rings. He comes out holding all of them. So the ingot itself, when I went to melt it down, it seemed to melt very quickly. I'm not entirely sure what that's supposed to mean, but it came out well. There's 9 rings. There wasn't enough to make another ring, but there's 9 of them here. Here you go. I don't know what. Are you making a shower curtain or putting up
We also
some?
put them on.
No, we just thought we'd get some matching
jewelry.
All right.
We're sort of becoming an adventuring party. Might as well.
I suppose that's fair. And when he hands them to you, you can hear in the background, "Hey, Chad, could you give me a hand over here?" And he walks into the back after handing you the rings.
Oh, it's time to leave. What?
What?
What? No, but it's time to go.
We're leaving.
It's good to see you, friends.
Good to see you too. And the other two kind of stand there and both part. They both like when Chid goes into the back, the other two sort of slide together and block off the path again, almost like they're like fortified entities.
Damn.
The big orcish men just.
Okay. I don't think I have to say this, but Jacqueline has a few questions for Felix. Just a couple.
Better places to talk about this.
Then lead the way.
Let's quickly go.
Wait, don't we have telepathic rings? We don't actually have to talk about it anymore.
Still not the best place. Come on. Understand.
The point, the question.
We need to go.
He's just still standing there in silence, and everybody's like nodding to certain things and like reacting like in shock and shit.
I am actively speaking out loud. Come on, let's go. We need to go.
Why? What is?
All right.
I'll tell you in a moment. We need to leave.
Fine.
Yeah.
All right.
I haven't seen him get this flustered before.
What?
You've probably never seen Felix get this flustered before. Maybe only as flustered as when you killed.
I don't think that was flustered. I think that was rage.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That is true. That is a little different.
A little.
Anyways, so now you guys have your 9 rings of the 9 lives telepathic thought. So you have up to 9 miles that you can speak to one another telepathically, so long as you are wearing the ring.
Hello?
Can we put a ring on the sword?
Hello?
Oh my God.
Swords that we can all hear the talk. And
You go to, and it doesn't fit on the sword.
Damn it.
weird, crazy.
What if I put in
What
my
about the
rapier? Can it
skull?
talk to me?
You can put it on your rapier. It kind of just dangles off the end of it.
Does it talk to me?
Your rapier isn't
No.
sentient.
Does not speak to you.
No, Felix, look, he's trying. He's like a child. You just have to let him
Talk to
figure
me!
this out.
Why don't you work?
Ball is still in your court, guys. So
Just attach the ring to Moonshadow so I can easier talk to Corellin somehow.
What do that sword do, though?
What did that? sword do?
Wildborn or Wildheart. Let me just send it to you while you guys figure out what you're gonna do.
I have a feeling I'm about to get questioned.
Who are
What
you?
gave you that idea?
Nothing at all.
Point a
I
pinhead.
wonder.
Oh, the
Crazy.
message is too long. Okay, let me.
Oh my god.
What does a sword do?
That's like 800 characters.
It's 2,000. Here you go. There,
Gopher,
I sent
what did this
everything.
sword do that you never used?
What?
I went into lengths in the description of it.
Oh,
Does it do anything more than what Gopher was using it to do?
No.
No, not really.
It's just really wordy. Okay.
Well, that's also only half of it. So, because that's only the half that doesn't talk about Ismidius.
and
Gopher hasn't seen the Ismidius part.
so that's the part that caused the issue with the sending.
Oh no, it doesn't. I still didn't send that.
What is the description to the just regular part of the sword?
Did you not see the card that I made for him? It was
No,
like
actually.
a piece of paper.
Yeah,
Like-
it was
like-
it was
It
tiny.
is a wall of text.
It was
From
it was
what I
tiny but
remember, it
super
does.
long.
It's a +3 longsword with the essentially peaceful rage.
Peaceful rage.
No.
Look, if you want me to read it, I'll read it.
No.
It'll take like a good couple minutes, but you know.
This is a later. I'm just confused on how.
Wait, who's got the sword right now?
Ira does.
Oh, nice.
Ira has a tune to it as well. Well,
Nice.
yeah, at this point has a tune to it. So
Yeah.
Nice.
Unless you can make it disappear and reappear, I will.
Yeah, and now it gets all fucking fucked up from etchings and shit because of the skull. Yay.
yay.
Whoa.
Ooh.
just to inform you as well, your pact weapon cannot absorb this.
That's good. I guess I
Nice.
keep it on me.
Yes, it's gonna have to be on you. It cannot be absorbed by the pact weapon.
Damn you.
God damn you.
It's almost
That's
like
not a good
sentient.
sign.
It's almost like sentient weapons have their own conscience, and
Do you want to go to the extra dimensional space where I keep my stuff?
of course not.
Come on.
He's
Cozy
talking
in
to
there.
other things in there.
do you wish to go to my
You can put it in the
Tesseract?
bag of holding if you so chose.
Oh my god.
It allows that, but it won't go to my extra dimensional
Well, that's
space.
different. That one, it doesn't have a choice.
Put
It
it
doesn't
in
have
there.
a choice if I put it in the bag either.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't have a choice to go in the bag. You put it in there or not. It has the mental fortitude, because it is significantly more powerful than you, to overthrow your small
in there.
pact magic at level 3.
But As you're putting the sword into the bag, he can go no.
Anyways, continue on.
Okay. The Felix intervention. Let's go.
What are you talking about?
What was that the shed that you did not want us to
Yeah.
figure out? That you somehow know about in advance.
Hmm.
Fine on it. Colonel.
Where are the Cheerios?
How to put this without... I may know how they're hiding her.
Who?
Ira has no idea.
She's
What-
not
I go,
someone
Ira
you
has
know.
no idea.
Ira's never met this person.
I know. No,
You-
it's
you
only
needn't-
Ira that has no idea. I'm just kidding.
They may have changed her memories. So she doesn't know who she is. But she does recognize people.
I do not know why you're being so secretive on a name.
Are we currently wearing the rings right now?
Oh yeah. Takes 2 seconds to go.
Oh, that's right, they don't have attunement.
Yeah, they don't require
I already
attunement.
forgot that.
Yeah. God, you think that would
Oh.
be that you would wear that? Fuck that.
If I acquire attunement for that, I'm not gonna wear it then.
I mean, no, me neither.
Fair. Well, then we would have been arguing for all the extra stuff. But they're hiding Quinn by making her not think she's Quinn.
All right. Why was that the thing that we needed to leave so abruptly?
She still so she doesn't realize she's Quinn, but she does remember people she knows as Quinn. She remembers Bina and has been asking for Bina. I don't want there to be complications because I physically turn and look at Ryder. Shit this man pulled off.
What happened?
Yeah,
we
remember that
told you
incident I
about
told you
Green
about
and-
the first night? Yeah,
Oh, that
that's
you're a murderer. Yes.
yeah.
Oh, that
did he?
one.
I feel like he might have not have mentioned. We were currently traveling with a child.
I
What's
see.
worse than a murderer? A child.
So
We suck.
she was not happy about all of that, to put it lightly.
No, I don't think she
And
would be.
shortly. So I didn't want to risk Ryder showing up and having all of us there and potentially breaking the memories alterations. I don't know how powerful of a magic it is or not.
I see.
Alright.
That would also explain why they're guarding that door religiously.
Okie dokie.
And is this someone that you wish to speak with? Or is this just information?
Does both apply?
Well, I mean, if you want to see them, I assume... Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
I found the Gauntlet of Smite.
That's... What's on your mind?
I don't know, this weird gauntlet keeps coming to me in my dreams. I can't quite make it out.
I found that, Corellin's filter. Moonshine.
Oh, weird. Man, I
He's
would like
finding
all of that.
Nice.
Sir.
Man. Ham.
They were just sitting on the floor over there.
Yeah, okay.
Anyways, continue.
Doesn't even take care of them.
They're laminated. They're fine.
They only have minimal cat pee on them.
Nice.
I said floor. It was still on the shelf, but
And they only have minimal cat pee.
continue.
They only have minimal odor.
Would she even recognize you if you did see her?
Possibly, because she recognizes Bina. Or she knows of Bina.
Bina is the one that she spent the most time with in that room in the airship, is she not?
Yes.
Why do we not test your theory? And have you go speak to her, perhaps.
Oh, so you want to just fuck everything up and make Vaughn pissed at us again?
Always.
I do not know why they did such a thing to
They
her.
don't have a spot to put her yet. They're
How is this
working
child
on it.
related to Vaughn?
Granddaughter.
I see.
Very protective.
Oh, that explains why he hates all of you so much. Because of the
Well,
murder.
Well, he's fine with me. He seemed to be fine with me again. Probably still going to be trying to murder Ryder.
Yeah, probably.
I actually don't know how he feels about Jacqueline. I'm unsure.
You haven't seen him.
And he was fine with Rex. And
Rex
Gopher.
didn't do anything stupid.
Anyways, now you know the center of that, but we're getting away from our goal
Yes,
or plan.
Rex
Tasks.
is correct. Where were we going next?
But we're going to go visit the High Forest. Try to see if we can get any more information on figuring out what was taken from you guy lot by using Ryder as our next guinea pig.
By throwing Ryder
Yeah.
under the bus. You are next on the chopping block.
And then we were going to just keep heading northward.
All right, the Lost Peaks and the Hag and the it's all coming back.
And the
now.
new land.
All of it.
Oh,
And then Rex mentioned something about the sword he's been looking for was spoken about up there.
yes.
Sword.
The one you kept talking to me about.
Zulusk and stuff.
Sword.
Yeah. Sword.
Well, you don't have the sword anymore. Now I gotta talk to Ira.
Nah. Yeah, you got someone else to talk to about for that.
But anyways, as now we know our destination is everybody ready to go?
We shall leave forthwith.
You know what I just realized? Felix is now wearing a breastplate. Essentially a samurai helmet. And is a wizard.
Yeah. Look, you gotta defend yourself. That's how wizards live, man. You gotta make sure you're armored up.
I just love this picture of a samurai walking onto the battlefield, pulling out a staff and blowing up half the opposing side.
I mean, Jacqueline's a paladin with a floating candle revolving around her head. What do you want from me?
So how are you gonna get to the High Forest?
Yeah, I was
Fine.
about to ask that right too. I was
We're
like,
gonna-
how are we gonna get there?
Well, did you bring anything from your home with you?
Himself.
Myself.
Your instrument, your lyre.
Oh wait, my instruments. Yeah, I had that all from there. Yeah, we can do those. Any one of
Perfect.
them.
Just give me one.
I give him my flute.
There you go.
Perfect. I now have a item of the high forest. I can teleport there perfectly.
Yep.
Woo! Oh, actually, we went to the 9 Hells.
Oh shit, Zacchaeus.
I forgot
Jesus.
this instrument was from the 9 Hells.
What were you doing in the 9 Hells?
Stuff.
Explain.
We're leaving him behind. I collected rocks from Elturel. Go on,
Okay.
Harry.
This train has been going off the tracks more
Yeah.
and more.
Anyways, so holding on to the flute and prepping yourselves to traverse through the teleportation magic,
And walking outside Elturel.
walking outside Elturel to do so. Once you get outside, you hold onto the flute. A mental image of what looks to be stone steps or stone benches sort of plague your mind surrounding a campfire. And instantaneously, everyone is transported to a surrounding campfire-like area littered with stones and sitting directly into the center of it is all of you encapsulated there. Did I put you guys here? Okay, yeah.
Did you put us on the map?
No, I didn't put you on the map. This is just
Okay.
where you kind of ended up.
Oh. Do I recognize the area?
You do. A lot of times when you were supposed to be doing something or was basically trying not to draw attention to yourself and kind of hide away off the beaten path of the town, there was like a sort of dirt road that led to this circling of stone-like benches. In the direct center of it was where there was a fire pit. The fire pit at this point has been completely removed. There's more moss and grass that's littered the area, as it's been many, many years since you've been home.
Well, if we're gonna, I suggest we probably head to my hometown, or what was left of it. So, yeah, you guys want to head down there?
No. It's too low.
Sure. As I hand the flute back,
Oh, thank you.
and I'll collect some rocks.
Okay. Got some rocks from this area.
Alright.
And he finds the first bird, and it dies.
So many stones.
No,
What a callback.
don't waste my rock collection on the birds. We need this to teleport to places.
Anyways,
Alright,
it's not
I'm
a far
leading
walk
towards-
from here. You just sort of, it's about a 10-minute walk from here to the town. You basically went out far enough so that way you could play your instruments in secret and sort of just avoid any contact with people here when you were being given a task that you didn't end up accomplishing.
Walk into town. It's the heretic! Get him!
Oh,
When you
fuck.
coast over the crested hill, you can see that all the buildings, all the town, it is in shambles. And there are small flags posted out onto the dirt, off the side of the dirt road, with what looks to be mounds of grassy domes sort of protruding upwards. The buildings themselves are completely gone, and these 5, 6 mounds are just sort of protruding up. It expanses out in the entire area that you've seen before, or that you had once lived, and all the infrastructure seems to have been overtaken by the forest itself and nature. But any semblance of what was a town does not seem to be here, apart from the slightly mossy doors that are sitting in front of the mounds as if the mounds themselves are roomed. And with that, we're going to take a break. So thank you everybody for watching, and we will see you again in another Misrolled adventure.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Bye.